Okay, I'm back. Not sure when it actually stopped streaming, but uh, basically the last scene was just Edward and her talking through the door, saying they'd meet up in the library. And then I went through the other set of doors in the room. That's what basically brings us here. Boss time. Okay, well this is a little off then. FAQ says he's supposed to have like 6,000 HP, but I did like 2,300 and then 2,400, so he's definitely got slightly less than 5,000. Okay, so apparently this is a secret area. Yeah, I'm obviously not going to do it since I'm following an FAQ, but apparently you leave, come back, and talk to it, and it's supposed to give you hints about all the basically all the stuff that you're picking up and what you need to do with it for the rest of the game. Pretty sure I'm still full. There's supposed to be a gate. To the main area. And praying at that grave is apparently important for later. It's Vigna's doll. So apparently sometimes, and they're still not sure what triggers it to be there or not, but sometimes there's a rare weapon behind the gravestone. So I guess I didn't get it.
Oh, repent now! Judgment day is near. The cacophonous sound of 7 bugles will consume the heavens, and all sinners will burn in the fiery wrath of the Lord. No, I will not die. Death knows no boundaries. It is an integral part of each and every life. Death is ultimately an act of grace and love from the Lord. Oh, a blessing, is it not? Oh, Daniel Scotius Erigena, blameless soul. That man has not a heart to be found in his body. Though I do thank him for building the monastery here.
And you are?
Where are my manners? Hello! My name is Raja Bacon. I am a monk from the Franciscan order.
A monk? And I thought you were a mummy.
Yes, you are quite right in your assessment of me. Sun-dried kippers may be more pleasant to look at than my shriveled-up appearance. There was a time when I was hailed as the foremost warlock. But my profession seems to go in and out of fashion with the passage of time. Can't do much about that, can I?
You are a strange man. That's if you can be called a man.
I have given up being a man many hundreds of years ago. I am no longer a person, though I hesitate to answer questions regarding my existence because I have yet to figure out exactly what I am.
That's fine. It's not that I need to know anyway. But tell me, why were you sleeping in such a strange place?
I've never been able to awake in a good mood, and I just planned to rest for a while. What year is it anyway? Are we still on the Gregorian calendar?
Are you trying to fool me, or are you being serious?
Of course I'm being serious. The clock I own was too big for the coffin.
It's 1898.
Lord have mercy. I've been asleep for close to 100 years.
Well, I guess there are some things that still surprise you.
Watch out. When life begins to lack the element of surprise, that's when you are walking down the path to the Lord. Anyway, as a token of my appreciation, I'm going to keep the metal gate unlocked for you. Go through the gate.
Why would you do this for me?
Well, it seems to me that your friends are running amok inside the monastery grounds. They're making so much noise. Would you mind telling them to keep it quiet?
Okay, so the joke started in Shadow Hearts, not here. Because in all the Shadow Hearts, there's a joke where when you first meet Roger Bacon, it brings up a screen, like as if you can rename him, and no matter what you put in there afterwards, he's like, no, that's not my name, I'm Roger Bacon. I thought maybe that started here, but it started in Shadow Hearts. No, Jig, stop it. Drugs are bad.
Koudelka.
Edward,
Oh, thank goodness you're okay.
that's not completely the case. I have some bad news for you. I saw the caretakers, both the husband and wife.
Really, where were
They're
they?
dead. Apparently they were the ones responsible for killing all the thieves and desperados that were sneaking into the monastery. And with good reason.
I don't know. I don't believe it.
You should know very well what has been going on. Ogden was trying to avenge the death of Elaine.
Death of Elaine? I don't believe it. This is preposterous. Who is Elaine?
I have no idea. All I know is Elaine's spirit called me to this place. Tell me, who is Elaine? And Patrick? The caretakers told me that robbers broke into Elaine's home while Patrick was away and murdered her. Elaine was a benefactor for the caretakers. They took it upon themselves to murder every single robber and desperado that entered their grounds. It was a form of revenge for them.
I'm originally from Ireland, you see. Although small, my family had a successful business and was soon able to send me to school, which I loved from a very early age. I was soon accepted to a prestigious university in England. And with my parents' assistance, I made my way across the ocean. I met Patrick at university. We were both studying chemistry and embarking upon similar paths. About that same time, competing for the love of a beautiful woman, Elaine, and we had a falling out. I loved Elaine with all my heart. Omnia vincit amor. But love does not conquer all. I soon discovered that I lacked the social status and inheritance money necessary to properly care for someone so well-bred and sheltered as Elaine. I gave up my suit and made way for Patrick. To ease my pain, I joined the church and left the secular world behind. And being the perfectionist I am, the Vatican made me a bishop in charge of some very important matters. But it's been so hard to distance myself from one's emotional attachments. Although I had not seen them for 20 years, I wished them all the best in their life together. And if it hadn't been for this, I wouldn't have thought twice about seeing Patrick again. That's right, Patrick. How can this be? He promised me he was going to take care of Elaine and make her happy. What could have happened?
Being a witness to the gory aftermath. I have a hard time believing the caretakers were acting on revenge alone. Believe me, it was an unimaginably heinous sight. And what about these monsters that keep appearing? No, there's a bigger secret we have yet to uncover. This is the key to Patrick's mansion. Shall we go?
Okay, so it's that one. Yeah, apparently we need the green key before we can get there. So I'm guessing those stairs that are behind the green key door are these stairs that are up in the middle that go towards the blue door. Apparently involves the two dolls that we picked up. I have to backtrack now. Save the fire scimitar for later. This one looks like it's weaker. Continue training on that one. Galahad's sword kind of looks like a broken sword. I guess that would explain why its power is so much lower than the scimitar. To the storage room, down the next set of stairs. Okay. So I'm right by it then. Okay. That went through. Another potion. Hey Renji, how you doing? Oh, damn it. I think I just cast that on the enemy. Pretty good. Been making progress. I have a feeling it may only be maybe one more stream after today. Although I just realized I haven't taken my break yet. I'll have to do it after this fight.
Charlotte, do you know what these are? They're letters from your mother.
My mother? Letters? There's so many.
Did you know that your mother was a queen of Hanover? It seems that after you were born in secret, your mother was locked up inside Alden Castle. Even while she was imprisoned there, she sent many letters to you here in the monastery. She never laid eyes on you, but she often imagined what you looked like. She dreamt of the day when she would be able to see you. Her letters never got to you, and she was never told of your death, so she continued to write you letters even after you died. But your mother loved you, Charlotte.
What? No. I can't take this now. She loved me? No. No. It's too scary. Hey, I feel warm. What's happening? No. Help me. You want me to forgive her? You love me? I hate you. Don't pray for me. You.
Charlotte, how does it feel to know you are loved?
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take my break, so I'll be back in 5, and then we'll continue moving forward with the blue key. Alright, I'm back. It says walk a couple of steps down the middle of the hallway and unbolt the door. It's supposed to make a shortcut back to the church. I'm not seeing it. Alright, maybe it's this one. Is that a door? just not seeing this other door that it says to unbolt. Oh wow, it was literally at the bottom of the screen. No, I probably should have taken that actually. So apparently, that gargoyle at the end of Disc 2 is like the super boss of the game. I'm pretty sure we can't beat it yet, but I kinda just want to go give it a shot. Just to see what I'm up against. Well, I mean, he was already introed. He was what chased us away and separated us all at the end of Disc 2. Basically, just you go back in there, it warns you that he's still in there, and then you fight him. Like I said, I don't think I have any chance of beating him right now, but I just want to kind of see what I'm up against so I can gauge what I am. Well, that's just it. The first time I fought him was with only Koudelka, and he never attacked. You're supposed to run away from the battle. He just kind of sits there looking menacing. Now he's actually fightable, so I wanted to see like what kind of damage he does. of which he hit Edward for like 4,200. Edward's only got 3481 HP. Like, I'm just trying to get a baseline for what I'm gonna have to be to fight this guy later. Okay, don't do any damage to him. What about her? Okay, so she can do a little bit of damage to him, but I'm pretty sure he's got way more HP than that. That's probably just a scratch. Oh, right. If they're behind, you can't revive people if they're behind how far the monster's pushed up. Like, I'd have to find some way of knocking him back 2 squares before I'd have a chance at reviving him. Yeah, I pretty much figured I had no chance against him. I just wanted to see a baseline of what he could do. Okay. Game over. I understand. Can I go to some place where I can restart? No. Up turning so far. There. Oh, okay. So it did do something before. I just didn't notice that the door showed up when the lights were off.
I know it's around here somewhere. Well, what took you so long?
Roger,
The mummy
I
that was in
haven't...
the coffin? Since when have you two been acquainted?
I am no mummy. My name is Roger Bacon, and I'm just like any normal old man.
Hey, I've been around for 20 years, and I have yet to run across an old man as abnormal as yourself.
I see. Well, I've been around for 600 years, and I've seen plenty of abnormal people just like myself.
My dear old man, might you be related to the great warlock Roger Bacon, who made such a name for himself in the 13th century?
You are very knowledgeable. I am that warlock, Roger Bacon, you speak of.
You mean to tell me that you were born in 1210 and have remained alive and well until the present date of 1898?
Actually, to be precise, I was born in 1214.
Koudelka, what type of a joke is this?
That's my question.
This is no joke. I am the reputable Roger Bacon.
Very well then. If you
Hey,
were truly
Rob-on.
that Roger Bacon, then you'll be able to tell me with whom and where you studied.
Oh, that's easy. I entered Oxford in 1247 and studied under the tutelage of Robert Grosseteste. Although a good professor, I would not consider him to be a wise man. I penned my masterpiece, Opus Maius, as well as numerous other books on natural science. Being a visionary pioneer, I must say that my work has influenced generations of work that followed. But alas, in hindsight, that work pales in comparison to the work I did copying the Emigre document for the Pope.
The Emigre documents. I figured you would know about that book.
Of course. It took me 5 years to copy the book in its entirety. I know everything there is to know about the book.
What is it about?
Oh,
Is
it
it...
unravels the secrets of life that expand far beyond the largest field. It speaks of the secret rituals conducted by the ancient race of Fomors on immortality. The Fomors would claim the lives of the resurrected as their own. They reversed the laws of nature and the cycle of life. When the Druids took over the Celts, Alexander the Great penned the Emigre documents in Greek for placement in the Great Library.
Resurrecting the dead.
Oh,
It is true.
The document has long been considered the most dangerous work of literature. It was safely guarded in the caverns of the Supreme Pontiff's quarters. But apparently, the book was not able to withstand the wears of time over generations. And the Pope decreed that a new edition be created by copying the full text. That is where I came in. The Pope requested that I copy the book word for word. And when the work was finished, apparently, I was supposed to be killed. But I am not one to be dealt with so carelessly. I secretly escaped, and eventually I made my way to the sacred land referred to in the text of the Emigre document.
And the secret rituals? Don't tell me.
You need look no further than myself.
And do seated.
Though I cannot perform the same on others, yes, I have been able to escape the hands of death. But I have not been able to escape the roots of existence, which are the seeds of change. My body is not immune to change, as you can see by my hideous appearance. I've had nothing to do other than roam the earth for the last 300 years. I've seen all I can take of mankind's cruelty. So, I returned here for some rest. Well, enough of this gossip. I've got some research to do. May I ask to be left alone?
September 10th, 1895, rain. With the monastery renovation completed, I finally moved in with Ogden and Bessie. It's been a long road since I first procured the Emigre file. Even after referencing literature of all ages, the rendering of the text still remains a difficult task. Though it has been 4 years since I first laid eyes on it, never once has its enigma left the recesses of my mind. Contained in it are countless descriptions of the source of the energy that is the secret to life's existence. The Druids' cryptic experiments taken from the ancient Celts and recorded by Alexander the Great hundreds of years before Christ. Branded a forbidden enterprise, it was kept hidden by the Vatican's cardinals in the depths of the Pope's quarters for a very long time, and now I have it in my hands. I have reached Wales, the land referred to in the text. I will fulfill my wife Elaine's resurrection at this monastery, built by St. Daniel Scotus. Of course, I am aware that my act could prove insolent in the eyes of the Lord. However people may censure my actions, the love I have for my wife will never cease. I ask of you, Lord, to turn your eyes away for a short while. November 16th, 1895, rain. The more I learn about this monastery, the more eerie the structure appears to me. Ogden mentioned that the hospice had been full of corpses at one time a few hundred years ago, and I have become aware of an oppressing sense of mortal sin as I walk through the underground passageways. I can feel haunting spirits everywhere, but according to the Emigre file, the power of such resentful spirits are considered the driving force behind reviving the Druids' cryptic experiment. I plan to fulfill this place with the all-consuming ire of these spirits. Even though I may burn in hell for these sins, if Elaine can be brought back to life, I shall have no regrets. December 5th, 1895, rain. I found out that the cauldron hidden in the basement held the key to the secret. Even though the book had mentioned it, the well-positioned trick door kept us from locating its whereabouts. The cauldron looks as if it is made of gold. But upon closer examination, the surface is so old that one cannot determine how long it has been in existence. I would guess that it is a prehistoric artifact made a few thousand or even tens of thousands of years ago and left to sit. We must quickly set up an altar and begin preparation for our ceremony. December 16th, 1895, rain. I ordered Ogden to acquire some livestock. 320 chickens and 43 pigs were purchased through a supplier in town. I arranged for ground transportation, but the fog did not help expedite the undertaking. I expect to be busy as soon as the delivery arrives. Animal offerings are an integral part of the Druid experiment. The cauldron must be filled with the freshest blood and flesh. This is where it begins. February 24th, 1896, rain. The third experiment. Still no response. Even though I follow directions and offer the proper prayers, there are no signs of the spirits gaining any strength. I must return to the book and reread some parts since I cannot proceed if there has been some misunderstanding of the text. Is there a problem with the way I conducted the experiment, or are the offerings insufficient? Regardless, I need to think this over. Even though I may arrive at a terrifying realization, it's too late to fear anything now. I've come too far to be impeded by fear. I'm sure Ogden will understand. March 19th, 1896, rain. Return from London. The specially ordered carriage seems to be working very well. I have trapped 3 women in the baskets in the back. I lured some victims out of an alley in the East End, had them sniff some chemicals, and pulled them into the carriage. Since I was not used to my new role as an abductor, it took more time than I had planned. I could not have done this without Ogden's help. I am deeply grateful to him. March 25th, 1896, rain. I am still at a loss. I cannot make up my mind. Even if I can bring Elaine back, are my actions forgivable? I balk when presented with this dilemma. Bessie has been taking care of the women I've kidnapped. It's better than them freezing in some corner of London. I hope this small gesture of kindness will be considered as a priori act of repentance. I wonder if my small kindness will have any significance when held up to the horrendous act I'm about to commit. March 31st, 1896, rain. I must make up my mind. I must. April 3rd, 1896, storm. Dear Lord, I have without a doubt committed a crime no human should have committed. I conducted the Druid experiment using the flesh and blood of the victims. I sensed the incredible energy of the spirits culminate into one when I poured the women's remains into the cauldron. As I had thought before, it is human flesh that needs to be offered up to fully release the effects of the procedures. What a frightening, arcane process this is. The sounds of fury and the women's death screams have not left my ears, but I must go on. There is no turning back now. April 12th, 1896, rain. Once again I perform the procedures. I once again round up 4 victims from London. Even though they are all old with barely a thing to live for, I contemplate taking their lives that leaves me sick to my stomach. It may be due to my doubts that the spirits did not rise to such a powerful strength as before. I may have to use a younger, more vibrant source of energy. The book says to fill the cauldron with energy of haunted spirits. I wonder how many victims the cauldron must swallow to be satisfied. June 5th, 1896, rain. I do not have enough victims. The saintly presence of Daniel Scotus inhibits us from claiming authoritative power. I have concluding that it will be necessary for us to offer many more lives before we are finished here. I have since found 35 more victims for 7 separate experiments, but the spirits have not responded with much strength. For me to accomplish the resurrection, I am in dire need of the culminated strength of the spirits. Must come up with a way. Must come up with a more efficient way to procure my victims. July 15th, 1896, rain. Finally received the first shipment of my victims. Ogden was right when he suggested that we should offer the lord of the slave trade an enormous amount of money for this matter. He has no compassion for human life. The victims are not given much information and arrive at the monastery expecting a routine night's work. It is not necessary for us to go hunting for prey in town. With a few sugar-coated lies, there are plenty of people that climb right into the carriage. There is no one that will dare speak of what is to become of them. September 9th, 1896, rain. Poured the remains into the cauldron. The energy levels in the cauldron have clearly increased, which makes me happy since it proves that I am heading in the right direction. It seems that lately I have become more efficient at performing the tasks required for the procedures. However, Ogden and I cannot expect to become much more productive, as it was impossible for us to hire help, since we must keep this matter purely clandestine. I've decided to place an order for a laboratory table from an equipment manufacturer in Manchester. It'll take about a month to make, but once we receive this, we will be able to manage many more experiments. October 3rd, 1896, rain. Butchered 3 bodies since morning. After lunch, we made repairs to the bell tower of the main church. After dinner with Bessie and Ogden, I butchered 3 more bodies. The lab table has proven its worth. The spirits have certainly increased in strength. At this rate, I may finish preparing for Elaine's resurrection before All Saints' Day. October 14th, 1896. 6 bodies butchered in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, 1 after dinner. November 1st, 1896, rain. How I have been awaiting this day. The day to conduct Elaine's resurrection ceremony has finally arrived. The cauldron is brimming with the remains of my victims. This monastery is now consumed by the energies of the preternatural spirits. Even a saint could not hold his ground against the powerful energy of these hex spirits. I took Elaine's body, which had been preserved in chemicals for this very day, and placed it on the altar, then began reciting the ceremonial chant. Elaine, you are still as beautiful as ever. I love you so much. Please forgive me for calling you back from the land of the dead. November 7th, 1896, rain. What is going on? I have lost all hope. All my efforts and dreams have been only an illusion. The tree of life that grew upwards out of the corpse as if wrapping Elaine's body was certainly the manifestation of the druid's cryptic experiments that I had been seeking. If God is capable of creating beings out of nothingness, then this is indeed a man-made example of his work. But to my horror, the image of my resurrected wife displayed in a flower petal looked just as she did before, yet it lacked a human soul. Indeed, it was a monster. Dear God, is this the punishment you have chosen for me? What have I accomplished by victimizing nearly 200 innocent people? My only hope in life lay in believing that resurrection was possible and dreaming of the day when my wife Elaine would join me here in life on Earth once again. Now I have nothing but a cauldron full of blood and hex spirits and a soulless monster. Is this the end that has been awaiting me? Dear Lord, have you no mercy? I only have one path left to follow. I have lost too much. I cannot even find words to apologize to Ogden, who has lent me his strength along the way. Now I only long to sleep in peace with my wife. Yep. Even all throughout Shadow Hearts, every time someone has used the Emigre Manuscript to bring someone back to life, that was always That was always the catch. They could never get the soul to go back to the body. Boss fight. Man, it's been a long time since we learned a spell from a boss fight.
So this is Elaine.
Yes. She's the one I had the psychic vision of. Do you doubt it?
No, indeed.
Good. Let's begin.
It has been a long time indeed, Mr. O'Flaherty.
Oh, Elaine, is that really you?
Yes, it is. It is such a pity that we meet again, and I can only present myself to you in this form. This is the woman that responded to my voice, is it not? Thank you for doing this for someone like myself.
Elaine, I haven't yet come to terms. Please tell me how this happened to you.
Of course I will explain. James, 18 years ago, I was murdered by some thieves that broke into my home. I was helpless. Both Patrick and Ogden were out on business. There was nothing that anyone could do.
I will not accept this. This should not have happened.
Yes, Patrick responded the same exact way. He could not accept my death. He spent years and years perfecting his craft in wizardry and tried everything in his power to bring me back to life.
Resurrecting the dead? Is this for real? Hey, we're not talking about Frankenstein here.
Frankenstein?
That novel written about 100 years ago?
He was taking it very seriously. And he had found the key to actually make it happen.
The Emigre document.
Yes. With Odin's assistance and the powers from ancient druids, he held a resurrection ceremony in this monastery.
But something went wrong, didn't it?
He only resurrected my physical body. As you can see, my soul is still doomed to roaming the universe, forever separated from my body. And the terrifying thing is that my body was resurrected as a heartless monster.
Monster.
Although the monster may look like me, it is not me. Mr. O'Flaherty, please turn my body into ashes with your power.
Ashes. But if I do that, we won't be able to bring you back to life.
Mr. O'Flaherty, I was robbed of my life by those thieves, and I could hate them as mortal enemies. Choose to think that my death was ordained by the Lord. Please, do not mourn my death. It was wrong for Patrick to try to resurrect me, to undo the work of God. Please, do not be sad. Death is at the heart of God's reasoning. I urge you to destroy my body. Its existence defies the wise providence of heaven. It mustn't exist in this world.
Wait! Elaine! Kurt! What a cruel world! I gave everything for your happiness, and now what have I left with? I have no meaning in my life. Damn it! What have I been doing with my life? Elaine! Elaine!
Okay. Moving on. Yeah, the voice acting in this game is actually pretty damn good. Damn. Hey Aurora, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, it was a boss drop. I basically just have it on her because it's one of the few items that, like, increases her intelligence for magic damage. So I don't actually attack with it. Just there for the buffs. I think the Galahad sword's the only two-handed sword I have left. But I did get two-handed sword up to level 3 already. Guess maybe I can just work on barehanded for a while. Yep, that's the idea. I still have no idea what's the... like, what the conditions are for the weapon breaking. Like, if there's, like, some kind of hidden durability or something, because whatever it is, it's definitely not visible. Yeah, they were always definitely impractical. Like, even when they did, like, use a scythe in battle, they usually, you know, moved it from being perpendicular to just being the blade like that. Note written by Patrick, monitoring his weight over a period of several weeks. According to it, Patrick weighed more or less 70 kilograms. Okay. So do I have to make myself weigh 70 and step on the scale? Yeah, basically. That's always the main problem with scythes. Like, they're made to be a farming tool for harvesting wheat, so the blade's on the inside, which just means that it's a big, heavy, unwieldy weapon with absolutely no range because the blade's on the inside, so you have to have the enemy right next to you, and you'd be cutting them from behind. It'd be a really weird weapon as is. Ooh, new armor. Is this better than what I already have? It is. Yeah, well, I mean, the Reaper was like the Reaper held a scythe, you know, metaphorically. It was never meant to be a weapon. It was supposed to be the fact that he was harvesting your soul, and the scythe is a harvesting instrument. It was just, you know, it looked so cool that that's when everybody decided to start using it as a weapon in games and stories and stuff. But yeah, I mean, originally it was there for him because it had a metaphorical meaning, not an actual weapon. Why the hell does the Grim Reaper have to fight? Okay, so we're in here. Got the panacea. Alright, she weighs 25. She weighs 45. So I need to go talk to Roger again before I can go forward here.
I know it's here. I saw it here. I put it here. What? Have you come round to see me again?
I want you to look at this.
Research journals.
I want you to tell us whether what's written there can actually happen or not.
Well, let me see. Yes, I see. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the voice acting in this is
Resurrecting
really
the
good,
dead.
which is really surprising
A
considering it's
cauldron.
PS1 era.
The Branwyn tales, indeed. Yes. It is most likely that the events detailed here did take place.
Just as I thought. But that's so frightening that if the...
Personally, I have not attempted it. I am certain that the Emigre document contained accounts of secret rituals conducted to resurrect the dead. But as you can tell from reading this, it involves complicated preparatory work. I had given up discerning the impossibility of using the psychic powers necessary to create such an immense psychic platform. Moreover, I never expected that people would attempt to challenge such a feat.
The journals say that the physical body was resurrected, but not the soul.
Absolutely. The ancients held the secret to life in the palm of their hands. But they could never come close to touching the secrets of the soul. They resurrected the dead in order to use their physical bodies as a workforce, thus building the great civilization we oftentimes speak of. In fact, we would not be far off if we called them puppeteers. Exploiting the human body as an object.
If so, then wouldn't
Yes, resurrecting the dead and restoring them to life as it was before death is impossible.
Then how do you return the resurrected body to Earth?
That is a very complicated question, since it already defies universal logic.
Please.
It is no easy task.
Tell me how. It's what Elaine, God rest her soul, wanted.
Right. It is not absolutely impossible, but I would need to call forth the sacred powers in order to complete such a feat. Oh, yes. I know that the arm of Daniel Scotius, the man who built this monastery, is stored in a stone statue on the ground. If we throw that into a cauldron, we will successfully destroy the roots of the Tree of Life. Oh, after that, I haven't a clue whether to call forth the energies of fire or entrust the task to water. Oh, it is so complicated.
Fire or water.
What are we going to do?
Oh, Heavenly Father, bless our souls and bring forth an end to this suffering. Oh.
Yeah, Roger seems a bit more religious in this game than he was in the Shadow Hearts games later. I don't ever remember him, like, mentioning or talking to God or anything in Shadow Hearts. Answering that would be a spoiler. I don't know if you want me to. But, I mean, like I said, answering that would be a spoiler, but let's just say this game came out first, and you've already met Roger Bacon in this. So, yeah, do with that information what you can come up with. So, in theory, when you played Shadow Hearts, you should already know who Roger Bacon is and what he looks like. Damn, he's hitting for 900 now. These are pretty damn well hidden. I would not have known to go grab these unless I saw it in the FAQ. Well, everything's slightly lower, but it can hold 6 shots. Okay. Got those. Okay, so I think I need to move 1 and 4. Damn it. 2 and 4, I mean. That's new. Is that the next tier of healing item? Okay, so this is the reason why the game has been... why the FAQ was telling me to have someone train up on two-handed sword. If that's the case, then I will keep doing that. Still have the Galahad sword. I'll use that till it breaks. And then this for boss battles. Now, I'll probably save this for, like, when I attempt to go after the gargoyle. Should I use... 2,000. Okay, wind heals him. So I'm guessing he's Earth Element. Or Wind Element, which means I should use Earth on him. I think I've even got an Earth Dirk. Hey, Ludlow. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Question is Edward ever going to get a turn, or is he just going to keep getting paralyzed? There we go. Probably a waste, but... Oh, he's already got it equipped. Never mind. I thought I had him on the normal one. Come on, you're level 3 with knives. Get more hits in than that. So is he just high evasion, or why am I missing so much? Hmm. Okay, so I looked over... Nah, I've never played it before, but I am playing with a guide. I just looked over, so... Apparently when he's, like, jiggling side to side, physical attacks miss, and he absorbs magic, I think. So I have to wait for him. And Ludlow, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I'm not sure if he's... I'm not sure... Yeah, this is like the first one that I haven't been able to just like steamroll through in like 2 turns. I guess I have to use Edward to check if he takes damage or not. Nope, he's still on his no damage stance. Yeah, because it doesn't really give you any indication what's going on. Like, normally every boss fight, I just, like, Edward attacks, Koudelka casts a spell, and, I have James buff one of them, usually Edward, and usually within 2 turns of it, like 2 rounds of everybody attacking it, they're dead. Sometimes less. So when like he started healing and missing and everything else, and he wasn't dying, I kind of looked over at the FAQ. So I normally don't for boss battles, just to see what was up, because the game doesn't give you any indication that anything is different. Yeah, and seeing how it's probably not needed. But I spent a while to get it up to level 3, so that's basically why I use it. Okay, he's taking damage now. Or maybe not. Or maybe yes. I'll risk it. Alright, he's still taking damage. Maybe not. Yeah, because usually in other games, if there was a boss like this, it would usually give you some indication that he had, like, a stance switching. Even if it didn't tell you exactly what the stances did, it would give you some, like, you know, the enemy is doing something odd, or, you know, some kind of indication that something was different about the fight. And this one doesn't really tell you anything. Especially since we've gone through so many bosses and none of them have had really any tricks to them. They've just been... you just blast away at them. Yeah, see, because I didn't see a thing where he started wiggling more there, but apparently he's on his damage negation thing. I'm guessing this is Miss phase. It's the fact that everything he does paralyzes the only person that I can try to reliably hit him without having to worry about it healing him that makes this fucking annoying. And the fact that when I actually do land a hit, Edward does not do his multi-hits, even though I have knife at level 3. Now, the most I've hit is like a random encounter, hitting them with the element they're weak with Koudelka. I've hit like 6,000 before. Oh, now you decide to do your full 3 hits, you son of a bitch. Not when he can actually take damage. Oh shit, you can't heal when they have Reflect Up either? I'm already going overtime. This fight has taken so long. I'm tempted to just like reset and do this next time. I didn't realize this fight was gonna be so damn long. When he can take damage, he decides to only do a one-hit attack. When he's in his damage negation form, he does all 3. Why does my fucking luck always have to be bad? Why does any RNG of a game have to go against me? You dead? Thank fucking Christ. Yeah, that is a really annoying boss battle in a game that so far has just had bosses that you steamroll. It looks like everybody gained... he gained 3 levels. You, I still don't know what to do with. He's gonna make you fast as fuck. Alright. So this is where we're going to be stopping for today. Which I think we're close to the end of disc 3. And as was usually the case with PS1 JRPGs that were multi-disc, the last disc is, you know, pretty short. At least from what I'm seeing on the FAQ, it's only got a couple of sections in it, which I assume is probably because disc 4 is mostly taken up with like ending cinematics. Yeah, more than likely we'll be beating this on the next stream, which will be Tuesday morning. And then, yeah, it's Golden Sun Dark Dawn next. So, yeah. Just looking over. Yeah, there's like literally one thing to do. There's like one little side thing to do before disc 3 ends, and then it's just disc 4. So, it may not even be a full stream finishing this Tuesday morning. I guess maybe... because I am going to attempt to kill the gargoyle, so might have to grind a little bit for that. But probably still doable in like the first half of the stream. So I'll try to have Dark Dawn like ready to go. If we can beat Koudelka in like the first half of the stream on Tuesday morning, I'll start up Golden Sun Dark Dawn in the second half. But yeah, I mean, I always knew this was a short game, and it looks like it's probably going to be about 12-ish hours, 12, 13 hours by the time I'm done with it. Just guessing. But with the exception of, like, it being cryptic, which is basically, like, a lot of the stuff being cryptic, you know, very Resident Evil-ish, you know, you have to find this and then remember where to take it, and puzzles and everything else. Since it basically is just like a Resident Evil Silent Hill style game, but with JRPG battles and mechanics under the hood. But it's definitely fun, and it's definitely an anomaly for the PS1 era. It's actually kind of an anomaly in general. Haven't really seen too many games like this. But even for the PS1 era, for it to be fully voice acted, and to actually have good voice acting, like, most of the voice acting in PS1 era was god-awful. And even then, it was, like, sparingly. It would only be in, like, major cutscenes. And this is just... this whole thing, even though it's only a very short game, the whole thing is voice acted, and voice acted pretty damn well. But... yeah, so... no stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's my one day off from streaming. And when we come back Monday morning, we'll be continuing Mercenary Saga as our once-a-week game. And then Tuesday morning, we'll be finishing this and possibly starting up on Golden Sun Dark Dawn. let's do our daily update on the Kickstarter. Yeah, this is the Feature Fridays. So, the Penny Blood Kickstarter got the, basically the extra music with the chanting in it. That was this goal. And they've both gone up by one goal. Armed Fantasia got the more gadgets, so more field actions to use in dungeons and everything. And then they revealed this one down here, which is Vehicle Racing Time Attack. And then Penny Blood revealed this one. I mean, obviously this one was here before. This one was the, basically side quests, special cases from the Bureau of Investigation. But this one is interesting. Mascot raising. Add a system in the game where players can raise Baby Cthulhu, Penny Blood's mascot character. You'll be able to feed your Baby Cthulhu the blood and flesh of specific monsters, as well as minerals to help it grow stronger. The better Baby Cthulhu... The barrier Baby Cthulhu emits has the ability to neutralize the power of Umbra and the Ruin Walkers, giving players advantages in battle. Helping your Baby Cthulhu reach maturity will also guide you further toward the game's good ending. Which I'm hoping... I think they will hit this goal, but I'm hoping that there's still a way. I hope it's not completely tied to that. Like that they're still going to put like a normal and good ending in, even if this isn't reached. And then the results for this, the red costume won out by almost double the second place. Actually, more than double the second place. Second place is 294. The winner, red, was 694. Then, basically interviews with the composers that are on here. And then this is the next character that they're revealing for Penny Blood. He's apparently from Arkansas. Uses hammers. Not really any... I mean, other than her being very intelligent and using hammers, there's not really anything hinting at her abilities. I guess it's just kind of a quick reveal. So that's 1, 2, 3. She would be the 6th party member. But... oh, crap, wrong one. Anyway, yeah, as I said, we'll be finishing this on Tuesday morning, and then Dark Sun after that. So let me go ahead and give call-outs, and I'll end for the day. So, Ragna, Ludlow, Aurora, Orenji, Wabon, Jigs, Nami, Kaz. Thank you all for coming in and chatting with me today. And thank you to Ludlow for the follow. And thank you to anybody else who may have been lurking and watching. It's always appreciated. So, no stream tomorrow. Mercenary Saga Monday morning. Finishing this Tuesday morning. As for right now, let me see if I can find someone to raid. You know what? I haven't rated this person in a while because I've never seen him around at this time. And even better, they're playing Shadow Hearts Covenant. So, raiding into another game of the same series. So let's go ahead and raid Nana away. And as per usual, let's go ahead and jump in, say hi. Hope to see you all next time, and until then.
Bye bye, everybody!